Hello creatives, welcome to Style by Marvel Greg, and on today's project I'm going to be sharing you how I made this beautiful silk dress that you can wear in two different ways. Yeah, you can wear it in two different ways. So I'm going to be running you through the process. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, do so by subscribing and also by joining the community with a token, as is a way of supporting my channel and helping me grow. Without further ado, let's get right into the cutting and also the sewing. So for this project, I made use of a silk fabric and I had about 3 yards here. So I also had extra after making the dress, which I used to make a very nice skirt, silk skirt. So let's get right into the drafting. So my pattern paper is fold on full like you see, and I'm just measuring my basic line. So I'm measuring my bust point, my under bust, and my waistline. So for my waistline, I added extra 1 inches, okay, because I'm going to be joining a skirt part to this. So next I measured my shoulder measurement and I went ahead to mark 10 inches. This 10 inches I'm going to gather it for the sleeve, so it's going to be like a gathers at the sleeve part, that's the upper part of the shoulder, and I'm using 10 inches. So you can do 8 inches, depends on if you don't want the gather to be too much, but for me I did 10. So I went down there by 1.5 inches for my slope and connected it just like so. So for my neckline I did 3 inches. I did 3 inches by, I think, yeah, 3 by 3 inches is what I did for my neckline. You know, we are going to expand the neckline much later. So next point to determine how wide I want my sleeve to be, but before then I'll go ahead and measure my basic bodies. That's my circumference, my round bust, my under bust, and my waistline, and I marked it. Then for the wideness of my sleeve I did 11 inches. I did 11 inches because I didn't want it so tight, and I connected it back to my basic measurement just like so. And this is what we have. So I'm also going to be adding 2 inches for stitching allowance on the sides, and I'll reconnect again. I forgot to do that. I'll reconnect just like I did, and I'll connect to my sleeve, and I'll add about 0.5 inches for stitching allowance at the top part, and I connected to my neckline just like you see here. It's pretty much easy. It's not very difficult, and this is what I'll be using for the upper part of the dress. So you can also cut this dress like in a straight form because it's a free dress, but I just decided to do it this way. So whichever works for you is fine. It's still going to come out really nice. So after cutting, this is what we have. Remember, we're going to be gathering the shoulder with our elastic. So I'm going to expand my neckline. So determine the side you want your expansion to be. You want it to fall. I want it to fall at my left hand side. So I measured 5 inches. So the 5 inches is not a standard. It totally depends on how wide you want it to be, like how you want it to fall. So 5 inches works for me, which is okay. You can do 6 or 7 inches, totally depends on you. So I'm after marking that. So the next we're going to be using this pattern to cut out both the front and the back, but you have to be really careful when cutting. So at that point, that 5 inches that I took out, I'll just do like a slash and spread and just replace that 5 inches, right? I'll just do like a little slash and spread to help me replace the 5 inches that I took out from that side. That way, I have equal length on both shoulders. That is what I'm going to do when I am cutting on my fabric. So if you have enough fabric, you can cut 4 pieces of this. You use one as your lining for both the front and the back. But for me, I'll be making use of an interfacing for this dress. I'll be making use of an interfacing, so I'll go ahead and cut out on my fabric. So I'll place this on fold of 2 because I'm cutting both the front and the back together, and considering the way my neckline is, I don't want to have any mistake, right? So I'll just cut it this way, and I'll ensure that I have my 5 inches replaced, and I also went ahead to cut out my interfacing, which I told you I was going to do. I'm going to weave all the rough edges much later, and next is to use my elastic to gather the shoulders. All right, I'm going to pretty show you how I'm going to be doing that on the machine. I'll do that for the lining, the interfacing as well. So my machine, I'll just stitch about 1 inches first away first before I include my, on my starting line I'll stitch about 1 inches. Then next I placed my elastic and top stitch. Then I'll be dragging the elastic. I'll drag my elastic, all right. That way it will give me the gathers I need. So just do it without rush, just do it gently because silk fabric can be funny most times. So this is what I have. You can see how it is looking like, right? I've already done that for the other side as well. So the next step, I went ahead to turn out with my interfacing, and I'll give it a very good press. So this is what we have. I'll give it a very good press at the neckline. So I also top stitch the neckline so as to enable it to really lay flat very well, just like so. So the next is to quickly draft out a skirt pattern. Is pretty much easy. If I'm going to be drafting it on the fabric, you won't see what I'm doing, so I'll just use a pattern paper to quickly illustrate. So the lines I'm going to mark is basically my hip line and my gown length, right? So I'll just, for my waistline, I'll just go down by 10 inches for my hip line, and then I will adjust my tape to ensure that the 19 inches that I took out for the other part is what is on my waistline. Then I'll mark my full length of this dress. So for the full length, I think I made use of about 52 inches for the length of my gown. So if you want to use longer or shorter, you can go ahead and mark what works for you at this point. So I've labeled my waistline and my hip line. So for my waistline, I'll measure my round waist measurement, and hip line I'll measure my round hip measurement divided by 4. I'll also mark what I have at my hip line. I'll mark it at my gown length as well, and I'll connect all the lines just like so. So this is just pretty much how you draft your basic skirt, right? It's just that this one is not a fitted skirt. It's very free. It's a free skirt because I'm going to be having like a little bit of design on the down part of this skirt much later. So I'm just going to be adding 2 inches all the way round. Then at the down part, instead of 2 inches, I'll be adding 2.5 inches just to make that part a little bit free, right? So I'm just going to be connecting this all the way and make all the adjustment I need to make. So as I was connecting, I had a little bit of challenge at that point. So I'll just correct it and I'll basically cut out. So this is what we have, and I'll go ahead and connect it and I'll cut this out. So for the front of my skirt, I'll go down by 0.5 inches and I'll connect it like so, right? So that part is when I'm cutting for the front. So I'll label it. When I'm cutting from the front, I'll cut that out because this skirt is going to be used to cut both. This pattern will be used to cut both the front and the back, right? So this is what we have, and I'm cutting it out. So when I'm cutting for the skirt, I'll add 0.5 inches at the upper part, right? And this pattern is for the front and back. So this is what we have. So I'm cutting for the back first, and I'm leaving about 0.5 inches, and I'll label it. This is the back pattern, sorry. So I'll label it back and I'll keep it aside. Next, I'll cut out that 0.5 inches that I marked, and I'll cut for the front. So after cutting for the front, the next thing we're going to be doing is to join our piece. So I'm going to be joining the skirt part with the upper part. So after joining this, what we have next is to go ahead and close up our dress. So before I close up the sides of this dress, I'm going to give it a very good press so everything lays flat, and I'm going to be adding straps on the side, 3 straps on the sides, right? I'll add my rope, my loop at the sides. So after doing that, this is what we have. I've closed up my dress. Next is to impute. I'm going to be imputing a press button on this. That way I can wear the dress multiple ways. I can decide to wear it as a long dress, and I can decide to wear it for like a dinner date or something, or even an event, right? So what I'm going to do, at my waistline I came out by 4 inches. So that 4 inches point is where I'll be putting my press button. Then for the length, I marked 14 inches. So that 14 inches, I'll put the other press button there, and anytime I want to restyle it, I'll style it like this. So that is how I came about the dress. So whichever works for you, right? So this is what it looks like without the design. So this is if you want to wear it like in a normal style, like a straight gown. Just tie your rope at the back, and this is what it looks like when you have put your press button. You can see how beautiful it is. So this is a very simple and easy dress you can make if you have a silk fabric. I hope you learned something creative, and I hope you'll be trying it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely be seeing you in my next tutorial video. Bye.